We're often told to try to find or to see the good in other people. And in an ideal situation or in an ideal world, that would be perfect. However, we know that most often, ideal isn't reality. And when you try to treat persons according to an ideal that you may have in your head, or how good they should be, or the potential that you assume them to have, this has great potential to end in disaster. Look at this sports analogy. So oftentimes in sports, you'll hear coaches or even pundits say that a team just has to play whoever they have in front of them. Sometimes that could be best team in the league, and on paper, everything should work. That best team should win. But on that day, they may have some injuries, some difficulties, chemistry issues. The star player might be sick, have an off game. Whatever the circumstances are, the team that's playing them just has to play them as they are and try to win, or basically get on with whatever their program is in, or as they have as a team. Now, for you as a person, if you are trying to move forward in life with some sort of purpose and direction, it may be very well detrimental to your path if you decide to stop and look at every person around you and say, you know what, let me try to treat them as I idealize them, or treat them as I think they should be. And you'll start to see that that would be problematic. Why? You could be putting yourself in great danger. What you do have a responsibility to do is to treat persons as they portray themselves to you. As in the sports analogy, you play them as they are on that day in front of you. It's not your responsibility to try and see what they could be or what they should be. In essence, you have to deal with what is and not what if. Now, I'm not telling you to go out there and be an asshole and treat all the people around you poorly. Of course not. I'm just simply saying that sometimes you have to realize that, hey, it's not my responsibility to see that this person could be good or could be better. You may have bigger goals to focus on, and you just don't have the time or the effort or the interest to even invest time and energy into saying, hey, I want to pull up this person and make them better. That isn't your responsibility. I'm simply saying that no matter how much you may want to help someone, sometimes you just have to let them be. And that's because they're not giving you anything to work with, anything positive to even help you reaching out to them. And that's for your own good, and it may even end up being for their good as well too. Considering this, I actually know someone who tries to see the good in everyone, and no matter what, always tries to extend a helping hand and help the persons around them out. Now, for them so far, it hasn't backfired. This friend of mine has gone as far as using their own money to help persons in dire situations of their own making. And as I've mentioned earlier, so far, this method or way of doing things hasn't backfired for them. But as we can observe in reality, that's the exception and not the rule. I'm still going to encourage you to be a good person, especially to persons who are good to you and the good people around you. But if I have to repeat it once again for the sore or tired ears, it's not your responsibility to see the good or the potential in others. You simply have a responsibility to deal with what they present to you. If they present an insufferable asshole or a difficult person to you, you have to deal with that. You don't necessarily need to see and peel back all the layers of that asshole onion to find, one layer of good or niceness in them. That's too much work, especially when you have your life to live, your decisions to make, and your path to progress on. Do you have any examples of cases where you went out of your way to see the good in someone and it turned out very poorly? What about on the flip side? You did the same thing and you actually got a good result. Let me know down in the comments. Be sure to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content in the future. This is The Unspecialist saying thanks for watching, stay productive and stay pragmatic. Peace.